Front row MMA at Made4theCage6 with heavyweight Darren Towler a few hours before the main event. Obviously, Dan, there was a change to your opponent last minute. How disappointing is that?
It's kind of disappointing. I was looking forward to fighting Jeff. It was obviously a big career-making fight for us. But see things happen, I guess.
Do you hope that then perhaps a little down the line, maybe after his global M1 fight, he can come back to the UK? Is that a fight you're itching for now?
I think that's fair enough for him to do, isn't it? He's actually dropping everyone in the crap. Get himself over here and make up for it.
Fantastic. And now, when you have an opponent change like that, and you're going from a name that, you know, even a casual MMA fan might know, to a name that perhaps not, how does that affect the mindset going in?
I think every fight is a tough fight, whether it is or it isn't. I don't think anything can be underestimated in MMA. So I take everything seriously. Every fight's as serious as the other.
And should the fight go the way that you want it to tonight, another win, where do we see you going next?
Well, I've got to defend my title in Cage Rage in September. So I think that's my next thing I've got my head into after this one. But obviously, first fight is this one.
Yeah.
Get this done and dusted.
Now, again, I'm afraid they haven't even told me who the new opponent is. What can you tell me about him? Do you know anything?
I just know he's called Brad Conway. I don't know much about him personally. I haven't seen any of his fights, so that's a bit of a scary thing. Like, obviously, I know he's a little bit lighter than me. But obviously, I don't take that for granted. A good punch or anything that could end the fight. So.
And how do you, in a perfect world, how do you see this fight going? Where do you see your dominance coming through?
With us not know much about him, I don't really know how to take the fight. But obviously, I'll know on the night, see how judge it up then. I'd like to see the fight come with me the belt, like.
Absolutely. I got to say, it's amazing to see how sort of laissez-faire is not the right word, but how relaxed you are about it. Yeah. And it's still a big fight on a big show.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Is there in a perfect world, again, I suppose the question would be, as a heavyweight, it's tough to get fights in the UK at the moment. I think there's not you have to travel an awful lot.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, with this fighting down in London, I got a good selection of fights down there. It's a good show. I mean, this is a brilliant show. I'm sure I'm going to have some good fights on here in the future, as well as what other shows come up.
Well, I have no doubt that it's probably going to be a very successful night for you tonight. Jeff Monson aside, who else is there out there that interests you? And again, if you got to be matchmaker, and again, I know the Jeff Monson fight was a step up. It would have put you firmly on the map. Is there anybody else out there that you match up with?
I don't really like to answer that questions.
No, fair enough. Yeah, sometimes
I take whatever fight comes up, really. Yeah. I mean, whatever gets offered. I never refuse a fight, so whatever comes up, I'll take. But I don't like to call people out.
No, fair enough. I know that you got things on your mind. You got a heavy fight coming up. I want to thank you very much for the few minutes time.
No,
good luck, and thank you.
No